Thank you for joining my channel. I want to share with you today's readings is the 12 zodiac signs, and I will do them a little bit differently than last week. I'll also show what kind of elements I use in my readings. Alright, so let's start off with the cards. I use the Druid deck. They're a little bit larger than I'd like, but they speak volume to me. The other cards that I use are known as key cards. Key cards, they just have a key drawing on the back, but they're derived from many different places, essentially the tarot deck, and they're worded in such a way that to me it speaks more, and I join these key cards as kickers to other cards or the whole reading. The other element that I use is the pentagram and how I incorporate the pentagram. I have this on my business cards or little leaflet, as you can see. People ask me what this is, and this is essentially what I'm about to show you. The cards are laid out like this, but they all represent the 5 elements. And let's bring this out so you can see it. There it is. It unfolds itself and it comes out to the 5 elements. We've got wood, fire, earth, metal, and air, and of course water right here. Okay, let me just bring that saturation a bit down, or the transparency. And so the readings that I will do today will incorporate this little pentagram. For now, let's get into the numerology. The numerology. So here's the numerology, and I'll explain it to you. So there's a lucky number square, and people have told me that this reminds them of Sudoku. I've never played the game, so I don't know, but what it essentially is, I take your birthday or any important date that you want to work on. Let's say in this example we have November 8th, 2022. The objective that I have is to fill, well, first we find out what this adds up to. 20 plus 22 plus 8 plus 11 gives you the magical number, which is 61. You break that down and you get 7 as your life path number, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. We're just going to concern ourselves with the number 61. So these 4 numbers, the special date, the anniversary, or the date of your marriage, or the date of some other special event, and you want to generate those lucky numbers, well, I will put all the numbers in these squares, and they're specific numbers because every number has to correlate with 2 or 3 planes. For instance, the number on this square has to play with these numbers, has to play with these numbers, and it has to play with these numbers. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. So 61, I have to fill in all the numbers, right? And believe it or not, every single one of these numbers are in the position they need to be. 13 here can't be just switched over, because now all of a sudden I'll have 21 in this position, and that will not add up to 61, which is what we want. We want them all to add up to 61, every column to 61, this one adds down to 61, this one. Not only that, but also the horizontals. That 13, that 21 has to work alongside to give you, you guessed it, 61. That one has to add up, that one, and that one has to add up to 61. The diagonals, both of them have to add up to 61. The 4 adjoining corners have to add up to 61. I'll tell you right now, there's, let me just pause this. There's a lot more combinations here. I'm not going to tell them to you. That's for you to figure out when you get your own personal zodiac chart or numerology chart. But for instance, the 4 squares, they add up to 61. So let's leave it at that. That's what I use for the numerology and how I make your chart. So over on the air, and of course we have little zodiacs, numerology. Let me talk about these for a little bit. There's also this reading. You will tell me which one of these appeals to you most. I'll put them down here and I'll give you a little reading based off this. And of course, this magical number square is related to other readings, and I will give them for the zodiac sign like I did last week. So that's it. We've got the lucky numbers, the elements, the pentagram, and so let's begin the zodiac readings for September 5th to September 11th. Enjoy the reading. Thank you. The next reading will be for Leo. Hello, Leo. How have you been? Right? This reading's for you, Leo. That's right, for you, especially for you, Leos. Yes. You can just feel the energy right now. I feel it. What I'm really feeling is the heat. I think it's 110 here in California. I'm not sure. But I'm melting as I'm doing this reading. Believe it or not, I'm in Leo right now. When I started in Aries, I was 50 pounds heavier. Not a joke. All right. This is for you, Leo. Let's bring the pentagram out. That's right, Leo. You get the pentagram too. Wood, fire, earth, metal, air, water. What do we have in store for you, Leo? Watching the wounds, taking care of the wounds. The Queen of Swords, looking out for the next project. Reap your rewards, collect them now. Prince of Pentacle, news about money. Wishing you had family, a relationship of some sort, or if you do, you're looking at it. This is the element of emotion and cups, so this is very powerful. Probably when you should collect on what you've made, collect it right now. Be generous. This is the Queen of Swords in relation to this. New ideas. Think about family life instead of just daydreaming about what it could be. Probably participate in it, do it. Whatever you do, it doesn't have to be an illusion. You can get your hands involved. And this is thinking about family. So Leo, think about family, think about relatives that you had. Maybe make the connection back. You're starting the week with Five of Swords. You've beat up on someone. You've taken care of them. You've taken care of the problem, of the situation, and it's time to reflect. Put the sword down and start reflecting, because over here we've got the Queen of Swords, and she tells us to prepare yourself for the next journey and the next battle. But in the meantime, enjoy your rewards. More news of money coming into you, and of course, longing for that relationship to take effect, and it's time for you to do something. Let's take a look at your key cards, what the key cards reveal. The key to all this, wow, self-imprisonment. This is the Devil card. Devil doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that whatever restrictions you think you have, it's you that are causing them. So if you look at the Devil card in the tarot decks, many tarot decks, the two people that are chained up, the chains around their neck are very loose. They could easily just take them off. The card shows you that you're doing your self-imprisonment. You're doing this yourself. Whatever. Look at this. It's just me melting. Whatever doubts you may have, remember you're the one that is causing them. Just break away from them. That's your key here. And of course, what about your lucky numbers, Leo? Let's take a look at your lucky numbers. Leo, these are your numbers. And it's just for the sun, Leo. If you want your own personal numbers, of course, you're going to have to tell me your birthday. But this is for July 23rd, 2022. So if someone was born on that day, hey, that's their lucky number and their life path number. So that is it for Leo. That's your card. Self-imprisonment is the key to all this. Remember, you're only letting yourself think you're imprisoned. Let's take away Leo. And what are we going to work on next? I'll tell you what. Back readings for September 5th to September 11th. And I want to please ask you to like, subscribe, share, and get the notification. That helps the algorithm a lot. And join me next week, because next week for the readings we'll be using Zener cards. Aren't these beautiful? There's different colored ones. And there's the dark colored ones, black. We're going to mix them together. And we're going to give readings, and depending on what color comes up, we'll be using the Loshu square, or maybe the elemental star, and put them along each element. So we'll see if we do that. If we do the Loshu square with the numbers that I've had, and you pick out a key card, we'll figure it out. But join me next week. It should be a very interesting reading. So please, once again, like, share, subscribe, press that button. Thank you very much. Until then, have a wonderful week. Ciao.